Let's take you to this now. In various malls have been targeted by armed robbers in recent heists. Criminals see jewelry stores as an easy target. In the most recent incident, a group of 6 men allegedly robbed a jewelry store in Bryanston here in Johannesburg. Let's take you to eNCA's Aviwe Mtila, who is following that story, and he has an update for us. So, Aviwe, the visuals, in terms of the video that was taken by some of the witnesses there at Bryanston, at that mall in Bryanston, the visuals are absolutely dramatic. But then we're hearing that actually this is becoming something of a trend. What are officials telling you? What are the police telling you about this particular trend?
As I was there this morning at the eNCA Center to see for myself basically the damage that was left behind by those gentlemen that broke in yesterday, roughly just about after 11 o'clock in broad daylight. And it really just happened in the gaze of people. They weren't even ashamedly about it, basically. And they cleaned out the display outside. It seems like the latest trend in a jewelry heist. I'm just joined now by Yusuf Abraham, a crime activist who's been following all these jewelry robberies as they happen. Yusuf, thank you for joining us at eNCA. But what's been happening?
Well, good afternoon, Aviwe. We've had a spate of jewelry heists, not only in Gauteng, in parts of KwaZulu-Natal and the Western Cape. These robberies seem to be well planned and well executed. We had the incident yesterday at Nickelway where 4 or 5 men walked in, smashed the windows, opened fire, escaped with thousands of rands of jewelry. On Saturday, we had the incident at the Centurion Mall. There have been a number of other incidents where these gangs are targeting shopping center, jewelry shops and making off with millions and millions of rands of these jewelry items, watches, rings, diamonds, necklaces and so forth. So what we are seeing here is perhaps nothing new, but we've seen a sudden upsurge. In years gone by, we've seen a number of similar robberies. They are very brazen, they come in large numbers, they are heavily armed, and they, in broad daylight, smash the windows and hold the shop owners up and make off with the jewelry. So we had one major incident at the Nelson Mandela Square last year where video camera footage captured the 4 suspects, 2 men and 2 women. 2 of the women were arrested, but I'm told, again, the police have been very slow in even charging the suspects captured on the camera for this multi-million rand robbery, and sometimes they even escape with watches worth about 400,000 or 500,000 rand.
Now, Yusuf, is this latest spate of jewelry robberies, is it the latest trends in terms of crime, and is there a market specifically for these jewelry? Let's
not forget that crime levels initially during the lockdown period went down. But as the lockdown was eased, we've seen a major increase in all sorts of crime, hijackings, cash-in-transit robberies, courier van attacks. What we are now seeing is the re-emergence of these gangs specializing in jewelry heists, in my view. So they see an easy market. They see there's a market for these jewelry items which are sold on the black market for less than 20% of the normal value of these items. And the mere fact that they are executing these robberies, we were in broad daylight, shows how brazen they are. So most certainly, I think we are dealing here with old gangs that have resurfaced, but also a number of so-called copycat gangs that are trying their luck, just walking into the malls, attacking the owners and making off with the jewelry. But again, they come with equipment to smash the windows. And again, they're not scared of security, they're not scared of police, and they make off. In the one incident, the getaway vehicle was linked to at least 2 other jewelry robberies at malls as well. So it seems to me that the same gangs are involved, but there could also be new gangs involved.
Just lastly, what can be done?
Well, I think we need to all be alert. We need the shopping mall owners to beef up security. We need the police to be proactive. We need the security guards to be more alert. But I think also very importantly, we need members of the public to blow the whistle on these syndicates. Someone, somewhere, somehow knows who's involved in these robberies or who's buying the stolen jewels. So I think if somebody can come forward and even contact Crime Stop anonymously with the information, police will be able to make arrests. But I think the time has now come that the law enforcement agencies must come down very, very hard on these gangs.
Thank you very much. Yusuf Abramji, crime activist, giving us insight on the backdrop of the jewelry heist that happened at the Nicolway Center just yesterday. I was there this morning, as I mentioned to us, and I was speaking to, in fact, another jewelry shop that was there. A lady quite visibly scared and didn't want to speak on camera, not wanting to attract attention to her particular shop. But at this stage, she was telling me that they're very afraid as jewelry shop owners, as this latest trend and spike in jewelry crime increases.
All right. Thank you for that, Aviwe Mtila, reporting there for us. It will be interesting to see how this plays out in as far as the numbers are concerned in the crime statistics. Of course, the ones we just had about a week and a half ago didn't reflect the period of the lockdown. And sadly for us, we have to wait a whole year before we get a full picture of what happened with crime during the lockdown. I do believe that we are due to have that change such that we get these quarterly, and I hope that change does come so we get a sense of where we are in the fight against crime.